Hello, and welcome to my presentation on preventing Alzheimer's disease. I'm Aaron Bonner, and I'm going to be persuading you as to why you should do your best to prevent this disease from afflicting you later in life. So first, a short walkthrough. I'll begin by introducing what this presentation is about. I will then move on to the different aspects of Alzheimer's, the different ways in which it affects society and its patients, and finally prevention. So the topic of this PowerPoint is Alzheimer's disease, and the problem is just that, Alzheimer's disease. You'll come to see why as I cover the different aspects. So what is Alzheimer's disease? It's neurodegenerative, so it wears the brain down over time by killing neurons slowly, and this process can take anywhere from 8 to 26 years. It all depends on the patient. And what Alzheimer's looks like physically in the brain is basically a combination of these things called plaques and tangles, which are both protein-related anomalies that contribute to the deaths of neurons over time. People affected by Alzheimer's. So who is this disease really targeting? Who's getting hit the hardest? And as you can see, this graph actually predicts all the way up to the year 2050, where we can see that quite obviously around the age of 85 and up is when people get Alzheimer's disease the most of any age group. Living with Alzheimer's disease, there are the symptoms, which is the obvious memory loss, followed eventually by death, and there is treatment for people with this disease. The problem is that that treatment, which is a series of drugs, does not address the root cause and therefore does not cure the disease. It instead just makes life with Alzheimer's a little more comfortable with whoever has it. So the cost of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is obviously very expensive, with predictions in the year 2050 topping $1 trillion worldwide. And that's very expensive, especially when you consider that this is just one singular disease. And here we have our professional perspective, given by Michael Stevens on YouTube, in association with the Alzheimer's Organization.
Tau proteins compromising the liver. We do know some factors associated with increased or decreased risk, but their exact relationships with cognitive decline aren't all certain. Things associated with a reduced risk for Alzheimer's disease include physical activity, a heart-healthy diet, learning a second language later in life, being social, frequently interacting with people, protecting your head, and intellectual activities like fostering puzzles, playing instruments, reading board games, education. Such activities may improve overall brain and cognitive skills, leaving you with a brain more resilient to damage should it come.
Okay, so really what Michael just described was methods of prevention. And there's no reason not to do those things, because all of what he just described was basically just living a healthy lifestyle in general. Okay, so Alzheimer's is deadly. Alzheimer's kills more people each year than breast and prostate cancer combined. And as you can see, the 82,435 people killed in 2008 by Alzheimer's alone is more than breast and prostate cancer in 2012. Branches of prevention, just like Michael was talking about, we have intellectual activity, proper diet, and exercise. Now here are some examples of how you can take action today, as prevention really is so important to keeping things like that cost down and making this disease less deadly, because you won't be joining those statistics. And you can do this through simple things like dancing, brain training. Mediterranean diet is a good one. And those are just things that you should really be doing anyway. And here are my references.